But I think we do have with us the management of Balaji Amines. Reported a weak set of their first quarter earnings. Revenues were down 31% on a year-on-year basis. Volumes also down 5%. We have with us Mr. Ram Reddy, who's the managing director of Balaji Amines, joining in to discuss their numbers further. Thanks a lot, Mr. Reddy, for joining in. Always a pleasure speaking with you. Speaking about numbers, we'll talk about that in just a bit. The reason why the numbers were delayed was because you had taken some time out for the Balaji Specialty IPO. So before we talk about numbers, can you give us a sense on what's the update out there? Do you have a timeline for when the IPO comes about? Any sense of valuations that you would be looking to raise funds for?
No, I cannot talk on that because it is still pending. Because of the market situation, we are not getting the valuations what we are expected. There's a reason it is pending with the subsidiary that Balaji Specialty Board is discussing and they are considering. We will update you from time to time any new updates are there.
Mr. Reddy, hi. Thanks for joining in. Nigel on this side. I think you should be planning a little bit better, right? Because your shareholders got very nervous that you're so busy with the IPO that you didn't have time to give the results on time. But anyway, be that as it may, you've already declared the numbers. I'm hoping in Q2 there is no delay because shareholders don't like these sort of aspects, right? You get results delayed, you focus on the IPO. We still don't have a timeline out there. Let's focus on two aspects of your business. One is on the margins front. Margins have come in. Yes. Please.
It's not about the busy for not giving the results. You must understand that it being a subsidiary, you have to get the numbers from the subsidiary. Then I have to consolidate both the numbers together to declare as a listed entity. Parent is a listed entity. That was a right.
Right. So for this subsidy, they're talking about numbers for which month, sir? For June, right? June 2023.
Yeah. Right? June. Now it has come because there was some delay. They were discussed some delay.
Yeah.
They are not valuation, but they expected. There's the reason delay. There's the reason we have to declare the results immediately. We have taken the decision to declare the results.
Okay. All right. Okay, we take your clarification, but I would have thought that you had 45 days, so maybe by August 15th it could come out, but that's behind us. Let's focus on the way ahead. Your margins have come down to around 21%. Could you tell us what kind of margin band are you looking at from here on? And also in the last year, your volumes are down by 5%. What kind of volume growth are you looking at on the base of FY23 numbers? Both these two, volumes and margins.
I just would like to clarify a few things on this. When you talk about the last year, because I already told in the last year call also, that was a bonus time for everybody, not only for the Balaji. Because after pandemic, the prices have gone up. And today is the revenue down because of the raw material prices have come down and even the finished products also have come down. That is number one. Margins, we are under stress. The total world market is down. If you compare the outside country also, the same similar specialty and amines manufacturers, people are down by 40, 50, 60% down when you compare to the last year. If you compare the last quarter, this quarter, we have done 2 to 3% more values than the last quarter, the December quarter. So we expect there are the 3 new plants are there. As I said earlier, we are not taking back any expansion. We have not kept anything. Hold all the expansions are the same. We take whatever is downtrend in the market, the revenue. We take this as a temporary, right?
Right.
So the first project, the second phase of the greenfield project, that is the butylamine, again first time in the country, 50,000 tons, which is going to commission by the December.
Mr. Reddy. Mr. Reddy, we'll get to the expansion. We want to know more about what you're telling us. But give us a margin band at least first. Things are difficult. As you said, that on a sequential basis, there is some improvement. So what is the band for Q2, Q3? What kind of a band should we work with? Let's get that out of the way and then we'll talk about the expansions.
We should go with the same 20 to 22% of the EBITDA margin, between 20 to 22% EBITDA margin we should maintain till end of the year. We expect in the next quarter onwards there should be some improvement, but overall I'm talking we should be in a position to sustain for between 20 to 22% of the EBITDA margins.
All right, you will sustain between 20 to 20% or 20 to 22% on EBITDA margins. Just wanted to know about volumes itself. Your volumes for FY23 were down by about 5% year on year. Now you said that there's been a 2 to 3% increase quarter on quarter in your volumes. Could you give us a sense on comparable FY24 volumes? What could the volume growth in FY24 be for you as compared to what you did in FY23?
There should be a minimum 10 to 15% value growth should be there when we compare to the last quarters. Coming quarters, we should be in a position to increase more than 10 to 15% of the volumes, because we are seeing last one quarter went very bad with all the pharma, API, all the industries. Now we are seeing the uptake is improved, but the margins still we have to struggle another 1 or 2 months to come back to the sustainable margins. So we expect there minimum 10 to 15% growth in values.
In value or volumes, can you clarify that, sir? 10 to 15% growth is volumes.
Values, yes.
Okay, volumes. And you had the new plant as well. The last time you joined in, you said that the new commenced plants such as DMC, PG, there's ethylamines, they will start contributing to your top line. By when will these plants get commercialized, and what is the expected contribution to your top line this year?
Actually, ethylamine is running full capacity. It is already contributing because the prices have come down. It is showing like that. Because last year when you talked that ethylamine price was about 500 rupees, today it's about 160, 170 rupees because of the raw material prices have come down. So the DMC, it is going only lower capacity because the battery manufacturers have not taken, started, anybody has not started. We are waiting just to start the battery industry. And outside country, it is under approval. We have given the samples to the various this thing, but still we are operating at about 15 to 20%. DMC is already under operation.
Okay, all right. And what about butylamines plant? That had to be started in the first quarter, I think so. Did it start?
Yes, it is final stage. By December, it will be commencing the production.
What kind of revenues will you get? Since it's going to get commissioned in December, it will be only for 1 quarter. But in FY25, what kind of revenue will you expect from this plant?
We expect minimum 120 crores from this plant. Minimum I'm talking. Even if you take about 60-70% capacity, we should be in a position to get about 100-120 crores to the top line.
All right, 120 crores coming in from this plant in this year itself, even at 70% utilization. Just wanted to understand once again on the Balaji Specialty IPO. You said that there is no clarity because you're not getting the valuations that you expected to get. Could you give us a sense of what is it that you were expecting in the ballpark, and how much has it corrected by in terms of what the street is willing to offer?
Mr. Mangalam, it is still, the RHP is still live. We have not developed anything. So it is not right to talk anything on that. We will communicate to you at appropriate time.
No, so I understand that you won't be able to comment on the exact valuation, just on an index basis. Say for instance, 100 rupees is what you were expecting. How much is it lower by?
Yes, sir. We filed a DRHP by paying the fees about 4,900 something valuation for the total company we have filed. But we are still, the board is still discussing. We will take the appropriate action and we will come back to you.
All right, Mr. Reddy, you had that hotel as well, right? In your business.
Yeah.
You know what's coming, I think. So I think in the past, Mangalam as well tracks the space very, very closely. And we always look at some unlocking with regard to these hotels. ITC, they went and they've done their part. What is on your mind, Mr. Reddy, for this hotel? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to sell it, unlock some value out there? Because the kind of interest you must be seeing must be massive, right?
No. Actually, that is giving very good returns as of now. Even in this, if you see the consolidated results are supported by that hotel division also. Last quarter, we have done more than 1.5 crores bottom line. So that is giving very good results because the hotel has all over the country, hotel industry has improved much better than any other sector.
Last year you did 25-26 crores of revenues. This year you'll do much higher than that. Going by the occupancy, is average revenue is going up.
We will be doing more than around 30 crores we should be in a position to do. And see, this is a time See, listen, this is a time when we are getting some fruits. All these days we just met the expenses, but now we started getting the fruits. I don't think this is the time to remove from the main book.
All right, ride your winners.
But if the fruit is ripe enough, then it may get a better value. That's our only point. But you don't think so, so we'll take your point on board.
Right. You know, just before...
Time to time. We will just discuss internally. If anything else, definitely you will be the first people to come to know.
All right, all right. We will wait for that whenever you decide on anything out there. But again, I may sound like a broken record. On the Specialty Chemicals IPO, you said that the board is considering it once again. Just tell us this one thing before we let you go. Is there a possibility that the IPO plan itself will not go ahead? Is there a possibility? The DRHP is live.
Listen, I cannot say anything at this point of time because I have some legal pending. Definitely you will hear anything, right?
Okay. Got it, Mr. Reddy. Thanks so much for fielding all our questions. We appreciate you being as frank as you are. And whenever you can tell us more, we want to have you on the show and we'll communicate to your shareholders and our viewers as well. Pleasure speaking to you as always. Well, it's time to slip into a short break. On the other side, we continue to focus on markets and stock-specific action.